Have you ever wondered why the modern world operates the way it does? From politics to art, from society to personal identity, the ideas of Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel shape much of our contemporary thought. But who was Hegel, and why should you care about his complex and often controversial philosophy? Understanding Hegel can provide profound insights into the very fabric of our reality, revealing the hidden processes that drive historical change and personal development. Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel was a towering figure in Western philosophy, born on August 27, 1770, in Stuttgart, Germany. He lived through a period of immense change: the French Revolution, the Napoleonic Wars, and the rise of Romanticism, all of which influenced his thinking deeply. Hegel's philosophy emerged as a response to these upheavals, seeking to make sense of the dynamic and often chaotic nature of human existence. Hegel's journey into the world of ideas began at the Tübinger Stift, where he studied theology and philosophy alongside future luminaries like Friedrich Schelling and Friedrich Hölderlin. These early friendships and intellectual exchanges laid the groundwork for what would become a revolutionary philosophical system. Hegel's major works, including the Phenomenology of Spirit, Science of Logic, Encyclopedia of the Philosophical Sciences, and Philosophy of Right, each contribute to his overarching vision of reality as a dynamic and evolving process. Let's start with one of Hegel's most significant works, the Phenomenology of Spirit, published in 1807. This book can be seen as a journey of consciousness, tracing the evolution of self-awareness from basic sensory experience to absolute knowledge. Hegel introduces his famous dialectical method here, a process of development where contradictions are not merely resolved but transcended, leading to higher levels of understanding. Imagine consciousness as a journey through stages: sense, certainty, perception, force and understanding, self-consciousness, reason, spirit, religion, and absolute knowledge. Each stage represents a step towards a deeper comprehension of reality. Central to Hegel's philosophy is the dialectical process, which involves a triadic structure: thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. The thesis represents an initial concept, the antithesis is its negation or contradiction, and the synthesis resolves the conflict, creating a new, higher-level concept. This process repeats itself, driving the evolution of knowledge and reality. In Phenomenology of Spirit, Hegel uses historical and cultural examples to illustrate this dialectical journey, ultimately leading to what he calls absolute knowledge, where the subject fully grasps the unity of self and world. Next, let's delve into the Science of Logic, a foundational text in Hegel's system, published between 1812 and 1816. Unlike traditional Aristotelian logic, Hegel's logic is dynamic, focusing on the process of becoming rather than static categories. He argues that reality is not fixed but constantly changing, and our understanding must reflect this fluidity. The Science of Logic is divided into three main sections: being, essence, and concept. Each section represents a different stage in the development of logical categories. In the section on being, Hegel begins with the most abstract concept: pure being. He then explores its negation, nothing, and their synthesis, becoming. This dialectical process continues through more complex categories, such as determinate being, finitude, and infinity. The section on essence delves into the underlying structures of reality, including identity, difference, contradiction, and ground. Finally, the section on concept examines the highest level of logical development, including the ideas of universality, particularity, and individuality. Hegel argues that these categories culminate in the absolute idea, the ultimate synthesis of logic and reality. Hegel's Encyclopedia of the Philosophical Sciences, published in 1817, offers a comprehensive overview of his philosophical system, covering logic, nature, and spirit. The first part, logic, recapitulates and expands on the ideas in the Science of Logic, presenting his dialectical method and the development of logical categories. The second part, nature, explores the natural world and its various forms, from space and time to organic life. Hegel argues that nature is a manifestation of the idea, though it appears in a more fragmented and externalized form compared to the realm of spirit. The third part, Spirit, examines human consciousness, society, and culture, discussing the development of individual self-consciousness, ethical life, and the state. Hegel also delves into art, religion, and philosophy as expressions of the absolute spirit. One of the most intriguing aspects of Hegel's philosophy is his view of history. Hegel saw history as a rational process driven by the dialectical development of spirit. In his Philosophy of History, Hegel argues that history is the unfolding of human freedom, with each historical epoch representing a stage in the development of freedom. He identifies four main stages in world history: the Oriental world, the Greek world, the Roman world, and the Germanic world, each representing a higher level of freedom and self-awareness. For Hegel, history is teleological, meaning it has a purpose or goal, the realization of human freedom and the development of absolute spirit. Despite the conflicts and contradictions that arise along the way, Hegel saw history as progressing towards this end. Hegel's political philosophy, particularly as outlined in his Philosophy of Right, has had a profound impact on political thought. He explores the nature of law, morality, and the state, offering a vision of ethical life rooted in freedom and rationality. Hegel distinguishes between three main spheres of ethical life: abstract right, morality, and ethical life, Sittlichkeit. Abstract right focuses on the individual's rights and property, emphasizing legal recognition and the protection of individual freedom. Morality examines the individual's intentions and conscience, arguing that true morality involves acting according to rational principles and ethical duty. Ethical life represents the highest level of ethical development, encompassing the family, civil society, and the state. Hegel argues that true freedom is realized in the context of ethical life, where individuals participate in social institutions that embody rational principles. Hegel's view of the state is particularly notable. He sees the state as the actualization of ethical life and the embodiment of the general will. The state, in Hegel's view, is not just a coercive power, but a rational institution that harmonizes individual freedom with the common good. Hegel's political philosophy has been interpreted in various ways, influencing both liberal and conservative thinkers. Some see Hegel as a defender of individual freedom and rationality, while others view him as a precursor to more authoritarian political ideologies. Hegel's ideas have had a lasting impact on a wide range of thinkers and philosophical movements. Karl Marx is perhaps the most famous thinker influenced by Hegel. Marx adapted Hegel's dialectical method to his own materialist philosophy, leading to the development of Marxism. While Marx rejected Hegel's idealism, he acknowledged Hegel's influence on his critique of capitalism and his vision of historical progress. The existentialists, including figures like Jean-Paul Sartre and Martin Heidegger, were also influenced by Hegel's ideas, particularly his emphasis on individual freedom and the development of self-consciousness. In summary, Hegel's philosophy offers a comprehensive and dynamic view of reality, emphasizing the dialectical process of development and the integration of different areas of knowledge. His ideas have shaped various fields and continue to influence contemporary thought. By understanding Hegel, we can gain deeper insights into the nature of reality, history, and human freedom. So, whether you're a student of philosophy or simply curious about the world around you, exploring Hegel's ideas can be a profoundly rewarding journey.